Why do people meditate? That's a good question, isn't it? Because it doesn't seem to change anything out on the outside necessarily. It doesn't seem directly correlated to people becoming more wealthy, more powerful, or having better relationships. The connection is not obvious because meditation enables an aspect of us that cannot be seen. It's our conscious aspect. How we think, how we feel, how we create, how we contribute, how we choose, how we discern, how we inspire. And through meditation, it's found that we can leave our mind behind, what some may call the monkey mind. And then we start moving into our spiritual conscious aspect. Now, what's the difference? How do you know when you're in your spiritual conscious aspect or if you are in your mind? Well, when you're in your spiritual conscious aspect, you're doing less thinking because you're living from a place of authenticity or creativity. And that's how you create your world. That's how you live, through authentic creation, authentic interaction. You don't need to rely on dogma. You can reference things, you can have beliefs, you can have ego. You can play with ego. You see, when you're coming from a spiritual point of view, you can play with ego. You're not locked down, anchored to just one ego, because you know that life changes and you aren't your thoughts and you aren't truly your body. In truth, you're not just your spirit either. You're the whole thing. You're your spirit, your body, your mind, your heart. And all these different areas we know, even the gut we know has some influence over how we think and how we choose. So, why do we meditate? Because if we don't meditate, we get stuck in our minds. It's unavoidable because we have to use our minds to see in this world, find our way in this world, to become functional in this world, to meet the demands of people in this world, to meet needs. And that's why at this time, especially on Earth, most people are locked into their minds. And because they have persistent beliefs that they cannot prove, because they are insecure, because they need something to help them live, and they can find strength in numbers, and they can find strength in similarity, they feel. However, true strength, true absolute strength, comes from individual authenticity. And the only way to really know your individual authentic self is by coming out of your mind, detaching from this realm, this world that you see, and to start living from your spirit. What is your spirit? What does living from your spirit do? Your spirit, ultimately, you came into spirit because you became compassionate. You're tired of the pain, the suffering, and all that made sense was the compassion to take you out of that pain and suffering. And in that action, you realized and you learnt the power of compassion. And then you developed wisdom. Meditation is the path towards developing wisdom. Wisdom is like a superpower. You get to be able to predict stuff and choose correctly, wisely, for the best interest of all, nearly all the time. Depends on how skillful you become, how determined you are, how faithful you are, how disciplined you are. And so, if we can all come together from our authenticity, then we can discern truth together. We can move forward together. We're not attached or held back to beliefs anchored down that prevent progression. Yes, there's more to life than just having money and just having a roof over your head. They're essential needs, but yeah, that's a bunch of stuff regular animals can do. You know, we're humans, we've got voices, we've got minds. How like a god in comprehension. So, meditation, if you haven't started, time it is.